Hi everybody, this is Amanda Ellis of amandaellis.co.uk and Facebook page Angelic Celestial Colours. If you're watching this, you're watching me on my YouTube channel, which is Amanda Ellis 11, and this is the video for April 2015. I work with the energy of Archangel Metatron, the angelic realm, and also colour therapy. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at the month ahead, asking Archangel Metatron for some guidance. Before I start that, I just wanted to say a little bit about a subject which I feel is important for all of us for the month ahead, and that is the lesson of trust and faith. And what got me thinking about this particularly yesterday was last night I was watching a really good drama on the BBC, which was the story of Noah reenacted. And I remember, I suppose, the story of Noah from Sunday school days when I was a child. I hadn't really thought too much of it since, if I'm honest. But what was really struck me was by the reenactment of this story was the whole lesson to do with trust, because Noah effectively was a really humble man who lived in barren land in the desert, not necessarily near the sea or by water. It was a time of drought, and an angel basically visited him and told him to make this huge, great big ark out of wood. And he had no resources, he had no time necessarily to even do it. Nobody believed him, everyone thought he was mad, even his own family. But it was because of his own trust and faith that it got built, basically, because he just did it. And by doing it and taking that first step and starting to create something, other people then came and helped him. And of course, we know the way that the story ends. The ark was made and the animals went in 2 by 2. Whether you believe that as a literal story or not doesn't really matter. It's more about the lesson to do with trust, that he had that trust and he followed through. Now, of course, not many of us are going to be asked to do something as huge as that in our lifetime, but we are all asked to step into trust and faith a lot of the time. And it feels as though last month, March, where we had many potent energies, and we had that big solar eclipse, of course, as well. Many people took the plunge and did start new beginnings. There were endings as well. There were breakthroughs as well for many people. But I know some people also felt that they'd been maybe left a little, had been left behind a little bit, that maybe some of the changes didn't materialise. And maybe, if you're honest, you maybe need to look within yourself as well to see whether you had the strength or the courage to maybe follow through some of the things that were being asked of you last month. And I think the beautiful thing about April as a month, it's very much the month of Easter, is that it signifies, again, new beginnings. And Metatron was reminding me as I began to make this video, which the symbolism of the new dawn, and there is a new dawn every single day. And so therefore, if something didn't happen that you wanted to happen last month, or you weren't able to do what you needed to do or wanted to do, there is always another new chance and a new beginning. We also have a really powerful lunar eclipse on the 4th of April. And again, that sort of completes a lot of the energy that has been circulating over the last few weeks, and certainly ties into whatever was going on for you around the solar eclipse as well. So lunar eclipse is often, obviously because the moon is to do with our feelings, we're going to have a time of heightened feelings coming up again. So again, it's another month for reflection, but also action as well. So I'm going to now just pull some cards to get us going, and then very much it's going to be over to Metatron to bring in whatever it is that we need to hear, see or experience today. So I'm using the Angels of Atlantis cards, and I'm just going to pull 2, he's telling me to start with. And I have 2 cards which are very, very different in nature. We have one card which is to do with courage, Archangel Haniel, and we have another card which is to do with balance. So let's look at both of those qualities a little bit. Firstly, the energy to do with courage, the need for courage at this time. I'm just going to link into that for you. And I'm going to link in using the new Lilac light spray that's been created a few weeks ago. This is very much to do with linking into our own inner self, where we have the answers within ourselves. But it's also a wonderful one for meditation, connection, any spiritual practice really where you are needing some guidance and insight. So let's just ask of it what the meanings are of these two cards. Courage to be who you are in a world of conformity. Courage to follow through with what you know is right. Courage to be seen and be visible by others who may not understand your path or who you are. Courage to be true to your heritage and all that you have learned, whilst also opening up to new information, new energy, and new experiences. Courage to strip away all that makes you small, all that keeps you hidden, and all that needs to be left behind. Courage to rebirth yourself in the same way that a new mother needs courage to bring new life into the world. Without the energy of courage, very few new inventions, wonderful new experiences would ever have originated. To be original, to be unique, to express all that you are at this time is so fundamentally important for your own growth and that of the planet. The energy of balance coming in as well to support that. That you don't need to do it all at once. That you can take each step as it comes. Finding what works and what doesn't. What suits you and doesn't. What fits and what no longer fits. To let go of old, outdated versions of yourself. To stop clinging on to what you have been and instead focus on what you are now and what you can be in the future. So many of you get attached by ego to old statuses, old positions of power, old identities that keep you locked in the past. April is a time to cast all of these off and to start anew. To begin again. And to do so with joy. To not do so from a place of having to, but to do so from a place of wanting to. Putting the energy of joy into this video now. Let's spray the Lemon Joy spray. Beautiful colour, look at that. I actually made this one. This is a fresh one which was made a couple of days ago. I just love the colour. It looks like honey, doesn't it? It looks like nectar. And again, Metatron is reminding us that all of these changes that happen to us should be something where we need to be as light as possible in managing them, rather than focusing in on any drama or difficulty or challenge that is presented by change. Change is a natural part of life. So let us just bring in the vibration of joy and see what Metatron has to say. I'd like you just to imagine that you've got that beautiful golden light now coming down around you, strengthening your aura, but also taking that very much into the solar plexus as well. And as we breathe in the lemon scent of joy and connect into the yellow ray, you're asked to face what stops you from blocking joy. And often it is the ego that stops us from living a light-filled life. The ego that wants identity, praise, adoration, applause, recognition. None of these are necessarily bad things in balance, but when they become the driving force in life, then you lose your connection to spirit, you lose your connection to yourself, and the lemon joy vibration brings us back to who we are and that we were born to be happy, to enjoy the many experiences of life with no expectation of where that will lead. I'm reminded of a child that comes into this life and just has the energy of lightness and joy and takes every single new experience and learns from it. Every change that comes up sees it as an opportunity for growth, whether it is investigating, I don't know, a new plant or a new place for the first time, learning something new, seeing something for the first time. I remember when my children were really, really young, I couldn't believe the fascination with such simple, simple things. Even, for example, I remember once the texture of a wooden table. One of my children, I don't know, when they were 2 or something, was just absolutely transfixed by the texture of the table, and it gave her such joy. We forget the little things that are important in life. So I feel as though Metatron is saying that April is a time for getting balance with our ego self, realizing that titles that maybe we have in life aren't really important. What's important is who we are. And as we rebirth into our new self, the need to let go of anything that is holding us back. And often that is an ego state, and it's bound up in status, in title, in recognition. I'm taken back actually to a time in my life when I embarked on my spiritual path, and I was at that time working in marketing, had a good job, had a good status, I suppose, in society. My father was very proud of me because I earned a certain salary, drove a nice car, and I really just had to turn around one day and say, it's not for me anymore. This is what I want to be doing with my life. I want to go off and be a colour therapist and a healer. And nobody really understood it at the time. Now, track forward a few years, people can understand why I went into the path that I've done, but it all makes sense in reverse, which reminds me again of something I put on my Facebook page a few days ago, which was that so often, I think this is true of Metatron, we only understand things in reverse. And by that I mean that sometimes the blocks, the challenges on our path, the misunderstandings, they're all part of the growth. And then we look back and we realise they've actually taken us to where we are now or where we're going in the future. Let's pull another card now to expand on what we're talking about. So let's look at now more about the energy of April and what's coming up for all of us. We've got, okay, so it's really, really ramming home the message here. We've got the gold theme going on. Archangel Jophiel twice. We've got the card of liberation and we've got the card of joy itself. So we've got the dolphin leaping. Sorry, that's the dolphin card, isn't it? The dolphin leaping, and dolphins are such joyous animals. Again, the need to be sociable as well, to not keep ourselves too insular. I know that sometimes those of us who are on our spiritual path can sometimes seclude ourselves because we fear judgment, we fear what other people are going to say about us. And I feel that Metatron is really encouraging us all this April to be with like-minded souls, to find maybe a new meditation group or a class or just a group of people in the area where you live who share your interests. And obviously we're lucky because on the internet we have a community here with Metatron. So, and on my Facebook page as well, I encourage you to talk on that if you want to, because this is the way that it feeds all of us really, because dolphins, which is what we are, don't like to be on their own. They need to be with others. So that's the message there. Also liberation. Again, the eagle just flying free, free from the past, going really, it knows maybe not even where, but just flying with great freedom into the future. So that's certainly the first part of the reading, which I feel that Metatron is bringing in for us. I now want to look in a little bit more depth in terms of maybe some challenges that you're going through at this time and some guidance on those. So I'm just going to pull from a different pack now and then tune into Metatron for some guidance on them. So challenges this April. And that's very interesting that one of the challenge card is actually the star reversed. The star is the best card, I would say, in the pack, because it's the one which is, it's like the wish card. It's actually saying you can have your wish, you can have your blessing, you can have your gift. You know, open your hands to receive. But it actually came up in the upside down position, and I asked for what is the challenge this month. And I think so often we block ourselves from what is actually out there for us in life. And again, we go back to that trust thing. We wait for all the pieces of the jigsaw to be in place before we make our move, or before we claim what is rightfully ours, or what we believe is ours. And spirit just doesn't work like that. What we're asked to do is be a bit like Noah, to actually just take that first step. To follow through on gut instincts and intuition, and from that our wishes can come true. But if you're in a place where you're just rooted to the spot and unable to move forward, and in fact you're the hermit, which is the hermit card here, which is somebody that has in a way drawn up his gates, drawn up his drawbridge, is just completely, well, he's on his own, he's quite isolated. And even though that can be a place of peace at times, it feels that this is a month which is necessary, again like March was, for action, because again we've got another card of action. This is the bird wanting to fly free with that fire energy. And again, it feels like the bird doesn't quite know where it's going really. It's just going upward. It's going away from this. It's going away from its base, upward to a new beginning. And so what would be really nice is for this Easter time for you to be able to release any pattern or mindset within yourself that feels that you don't deserve this, that you don't deserve the gift, you don't deserve the blessing, you don't deserve to have what you truly want in life. And again, this is from a spiritual perspective, and I know you understand that. People that are watching this understand that. It's not about material possessions. It's about the fact that when we are truly linked into our heart and what our heart wants, that we can reach for that and it can be given to us. So let's do some work on that. And I feel I want to introduce this energy in, which is the energy of the new Teal Spray. I've done a whole video on this, so I'm not going to go too much into this. Because you can look on my YouTube channel, you can see the video that looks specifically at this spray. It's the Ultra Major spray, but I would like to use it in this video because I think it's very good at helping us to release old thought forms, and I'm particularly wanting to link into this belief that a lot of us have that it is not really possible. Just a really quick story to illustrate that. I was actually chatting to my mother the other day, who's got many health issues and problems, and she's always been wanting to be healed and obviously to be better. And actually in a moment of I thought quite real bravery and honesty, she actually said to me, she said, the truth is, Amanda, I don't believe that I can really get better. And that is the crux of it. If you really don't believe that miracles are possible, then they're not going to come your way. If we can really step into trust and faith in the way that some people can, and the way that I've seen with some of my clients this month who've really done that and have had amazing breakthroughs. I really believe that we can push old thought forms out of our mind. The Alta Major, which is here, very much connects all the points of the head together, the head chakras, as it were. And very much like if you think about the heart chakra is all to do with love, it's to do with feeling. The Alta Major chakra and, you know, the ears, the third eye, the crown, it's to do with the mind. So the Alta Major is about getting our mind in balance. So let's just spray this around ourselves. And I'm just putting it around me. So this is a teal green colour. You can link into the colour there of the bottle. It has a smell of star anise in particular and cardamom. It's also got frankincense and elemi in it. And as we put that around ourselves, and I'm actually putting it onto the Alta Major point, particularly at the back of my neck, I would just ask you to visualize Archangel Metatron coming in and just gently touching the back of your neck here. And as he does that, it's as though he's illuminating the whole of your headspace, the whole of your mind. And what's being brought to your attention is any negative thought form you have in terms of I can't, I don't deserve, it won't happen, anything with regard to that. So we're thinking maybe also about something that you do want to bring into your life, but we're really just working on any underlying subconscious pattern that is to do with, but I don't really believe it can happen. This is a month for magic to happen. So let's just get rid of all those dregs within our mind that says it's not possible. And I'd like you to imagine it's as though Metatron is just gathering up all these old thoughts, and they may be in many different places in your head and in your mind. Some of them go back in time, some of them are thoughts that you've had within the last half hour, and he's just gathering them all together. And what they resemble is like, I'm feeling it like a cloud. They feel like a dark cloud that's just being gathered together. It's quite soft energy, and he's just pulling it all together. And as he pulls it together, it becomes almost like a globe shape. And then very easily with the teal spray and the element also around us, it starts to become transmuted by the energy of the teal. And it literally is as though you imagine this negative cloud that is there in the mind, which is clouding your judgment, it's clouding your vision, starting to diminish and get smaller and smaller and smaller. And as it gets smaller, the cloud starts to change shape. It becomes white, but it becomes very, very small. And I just want you to take a deep breath in, and on the out breath, we're going to let go of the last part of those negative thought patterns. So take a deep breath in, and then let go. And we're going to do it one more time. And when we breathe out, we're letting go of I can't, it won't, it's not possible. So take a deep breath in and let go. And then we're putting into the body and into the mind the vibration of I can, I will, I am. I can, I will, I am. And then I'd like you to think of what it is that you most dearly desire at this time, at this Easter. I'd like you to imagine it as clearly as you can. Visualize it with all your senses. And with that clearly in mind, again we breathe in, I can, I will, I am. And we bring it into the present moment. It is here. It is here. Pull the gift, the blessing, into the present moment. It is here. And with that, we put the energy once more of joy around that. And then you open your eyes and you look at the card, the star card, and this time you just see the Merkaba. You see the beautiful star in the center of the hands, which are stretching upward, and you know that it is your gift to receive. And maybe we can just do that together. So if we hold our hands up, and I want you to feel this as a gift that is coming in for you from Metatron, which is about you receiving your heart's desire, whatever it is that you need at this time. And if Metatron is able to do that, we're just feeling the energy of that now landing into our hands. It becomes like a heavy weight, but it's a beautiful gift that is being received by us of what it is that we truly need at this time. And then we take that into our heart, thanking the mind also for being able to work with the heart to bring this new beginning about. And you may feel that now just expanding all the way through your being. I feel it expanding through my back as well, actually. I just have the complete knowledge, I have the faith, I have the trust that what I have asked for will happen. And that I am, like you are, a being of love and light. You are a powerful manifester. And that we can use these energies for our good and for the good of others. And if you have included others in your wish, know that it will come true if it is for their highest good as well. And then you let it go. You know it is there. That feels really nice. I hope that felt good for you as well. It felt nice for me. Okay, I'm just going to end now with again linking into the lilac light and just to see if Metatron has anything else to say in the last few minutes of this April video. Open your eyes and see the beauty of this month. See the colours as they are around you, the flowers breaking through the cold, damp soil. Feel the beauty of the sun. Feel the beauty of the rain, of the wind, of the fire. Feel the beauty of this world. And take note how the earth has always been able to rebirth itself and carry on from any situation that it has had imposed upon it or anything that has come from within it. You too are of the earth. You are able to rebirth yourself, to create a new beginning for yourself, just as the earth does. Distance yourself from any that are of a lower vibration at this time. Keep attuned to the light. Keep attuned to love. Keep attuned to each other. And know that I am with you. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Have a good April, everybody. Bear in mind what Metatron has said, to keep it light, to work with the energy of joy. The gold and the yellows feel really important this time, which are symptomatic of Easter as well. Remember the lesson of trust, of faith. If it resonated with you, the story of Noah is a really good, powerful story about one man's trust and faith in what he felt God and the angels said to him. In the face of complete adversity, he followed through and created something. In the same way, you can create what you need in your life. And also, let's not have any more of the reversed blessings and gifts coming in. let us open our hands to receive the gifts of this month. Have a good Easter, everybody. And those of you that want to stay in touch with me through the month, the best way to do that is my Facebook page, which is Angelic Celestial Colours, and I'm on there most days. Much love. Bye for now. Oh, Metatron's just saying if anybody wants a spray. Obviously the sprays are there to help you connect with his energy. They're on my website, amandaellis.co.uk. Bye-bye.